But let's go to the story with Fox News. Trump says Wall Street Journal wants to settle defamation lawsuit. Okay. And Rob, I think you got this video somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. And then I'm going to go read. Go for it.
This is short, just so you know, just audio. This is from Air Force One.
Go ahead.
Yeah, they want to settle it. He's treated us wrong. I mean, when I get treated unfairly, I do things about it. So we'll see what happens.
Okay, so it doesn't say much. And then on the other video clip, Rob, overwhelming good cause exists to expedite. Trump wants to put Murdoch under oath right away after filing massive defamation suit against WSJ over Jeffrey Epstein's report. The letter, Trump lawyer Alejandro Brito filed a motion on Monday demanding that billionaire Rupert Murdoch, owner of Wall Street Journal, sit for deposition within 15 days, citing Murdoch's age and health, stating the 94-year-old has suffered from multiple health issues throughout his life, is believed to have suffered recent significant health scares, and is presumed to live in New York. The motion argues that there's good cause to expedite Murdoch's deposition, and the court should exercise its discretion to authorize the same as Trump sues the Journal over a report claiming it composed a body, a 50th birthday card for sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. So what's going to happen here, Tomi? What's going to happen with this story? Oh, by the way, are you a full-time employee?
Yeah,
you are.
I sure am.
Okay,
So there's not a whole lot I'm going to comment on this one. I'm going to have to leave it to you guys.
Okay. So what's going to happen here? Tom, your thoughts on this one?
Well, they're trying to claim that with Rupert. So what do you do when you sue somebody? If you really believe that there's something there, you want to get to what's called discovery and deposition, D&D. You want depositions so you can ask them questions. You ask them questions, the way you answer those questions, you can get judges to look at the deposition and to say, well, the document they were talking about here where you kind of took the fifth and everything, I'm going to call that admissible evidence. And I'm going to say that is a permissible discovery. It's a wrestling match. And so what Trump's lawyer wants, we want a deposition with Rupert Murdoch as quickly as possible. If you're Murdoch, you don't want that as quickly as possible because depositions lead to discovery and lead to documents. So the other side for Trump, Rupert's guys are going to say, well, we got this birthday card and we got some other things here. And if you want those to come out, go for it. So it ends up being this chess game where someone says, oh, really? So you want to come depose us? Well, we may put some other articles out there for public inspection when we go into court, unless they decide to seal those things. And what Trump is trying to do here is push hard through his lawyer in Florida, Alejandro Brito, I believe. And he is the guy that's saying, hey, let's get the deposition right now. Because what they want the media covering Rupert walking up the steps to some office building where there will be, a stenographer and everybody there for the deposition. There'll be a little circus outside. What'd you say in the deposition, sir? What was going on there? And that's what Trump wants. And Trump wants to get further into discovery. He's like, I dare you. And so this is Trump's part of pushing for a settlement. And then Rupert comes back and says, listen, we don't want to do this. Well, I'm not going to drop my suit. And usually where it goes is you have to settle or silence, where everybody agrees for it to go away or there's a settlement. And this is what Trump did for 60 minutes. And he kept banging that drum and he kept pushing hard. And ultimately, CBS blinked. Now, never mind all the people that said that was really a bribe so that they would approve the Skydance deal, right? So
here's what Michael Wolff says about the strategy. Go ahead and play it. This is the biographer of Michael Wolff. Here's what he had to say.
But Trump and his people, his lawyers are, you have to give them give them their due here. They're quite an incredible opponent and a clever opponent. And their approach now is that they have asked the court to expedite the deposition of Rupert Murdoch on the basis that he is 94 years old and that he might die at any minute and they won't get a chance to depose him. And that is quite possibly very true. And at the same time, they recognize that no one, certainly in the Murdoch organization, is going to want to put a 94-year-old under oath. And the White House now regards that as a leverage toward a settlement. But there is another aspect of this that is hopeful, maybe, which is to say that the Murdoch people are now in a position to ask the same thing of Donald Trump, essentially to demand the same thing. Here is an overweight man who is almost 80 years old, who too might go at any moment.
Oh, stop it.
So can the Murdoch people force Donald Trump into a deposition? Let's realize the deposition might well be the
can pause
key
it right
to
there.
understand.
Adam, thoughts?
So, you know what might sink Trump? Nothing. Nothing. In 2016, he says, I could shoot someone in Fifth Avenue. I wouldn't lose a vote. I believe Trump. Trump's going nowhere. This is just another nonsensical story that they're dragging from the dirt in 2003 that he wrote, that he scribbled some, crude image of a lady and some alleged fake conversation with him and Jeffrey Epstein. I know your secrets. Me too. Love you. Happy birthday. What do we think happened? Now, let's say he's guilty of writing that letter. He did it. We got him. Now what? You're guilty of writing a birthday letter to a creepy dude 20-something years ago? I don't understand the outcome here. Do they actually think this is going to bring down his presidency? I'll say this one other thing. Does anybody have more credibility these days in journalism than the Wall Street Journal? I think they're doing great. I think Wall Street Journal is a very credible news outlet. I read them all the time. We talk about them all the time. So something's going to give. Either they're completely fumbled the bag here and they're lying, or Trump is what? Guilty of writing a cartoon to a weirdo? I don't understand the outcome here. You tell me.
You know what it is, Adam? This is what was earlier in the week. What did we talk about with Scott Jennings? Just the left in general, Wall Street Journal, all these people, they are just cooked. They have nothing. Like they're grasping.
You're saying this is what they got,
Adam?
But this isn't the left.
No,
this is Wall Street Journal. Is probably a center-right
No,
conservative.
Wall Street Journal. Where's
Wall Street Journal is a
Yeah, center right.
I would say center-right.
Oh, for sure.
Certainly common sense.
It's absolutely
But the
center-right.
relationship with Rupert Murdoch is what? Is what with Donald Trump?
So the question is Rupert Murdoch in his last breaths of life trying to basically take down Donald Trump?
I mean,
is that the question?
I would even ask and say, how involved was Rupert Murdoch in them writing this article about the letter? I think it's less than 1%. Dude, what are you involved in when you're 94 years old, married to how old is this new girl? She's in her 20s. Do you know how much energy you need to conserve to at least make her happy?
She's not his age. I can guarantee that.
How old? No, I'm not trying to be. I'm actually being
serious.
very serious. I'm not. How old is she?
I agree.
She's 67
She's
years
a
old.
ripe, young
she's-
67.
To him, dude, that's
Yeah,
like.
that's
By the way,
young and hot
that's
to him.
26. That's a 26-year difference. That's like you being 44 dating a 18-year-old. Okay,
Let's not.
That's not as if we don't know anybody
21
like
plus.
that. Yeah, but the moral. I don't even think he knows what's going on with the story. Zero. I
Murdoch?
don't think he's involved. No, I don't think he's involved. I don't think there's a level. This is 7 generations away from him of being involved, like layers. Chairman, CEO, CMO, division, right here. Okay, and maybe the C-suite executives know about it. I don't know if Murdoch knew about this, but I understand what Trump's all about. You go after him, he's got to come for your throat, and that's what he's doing. You were asking about the latest polo shirts that are coming up. It took us a few months to get them. They're finally in. I wore one of these. Everybody was asking, where did you get these Valuetainment polo shirts? They're right there. We got them in brown, black, white, gray, and another white. There's a bunch of them on here for those because it's hot. Yesterday, we flew in from Orlando. We're on a flight, flying back on this private jet, and we're asking the pilot, hey, can you turn on the AC? I can't turn on the AC. Mario makes the mistake of asking the guy, he says, I heard this is a Mach. What did he ask him? He says,
Mach? Does it go Mach? And the guy was like, yeah, it goes Mach 1.5.
It goes
Like,
actually
here we go.
Mach 1.1. And then next, we get on the jet, and this guy goes, he starts doing all this stuff, showing off. I'm like, what is this guy doing? On the way back, we're flying low. He says, I can't turn on the AC. I get off the plane.
Do you remember what I look like? Honestly, look like somebody pouring water all over you.
I get off the plane. My entire shirt is flipping, drenched. And this is why Tomi just announced she's moving to Florida, because she loves the humidity here. But for some of you guys that are in the heat, you want to wear a polo shirt and have the Valuetainment gear on, go place your order at vtmerch.com. We did not order too many of these, but if you want to get them, go to vtmerch.com, place your order, support them. We were at Orlando at the Gaylord event. Cannot wait to see all of you guys at the Vault Conference. If you enjoyed this video, you want to watch more videos like this, click here. And if you want to watch the entire podcast, click here.